Guru team, welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Welcome back to PlayStation 5. Welcome back to Bonnieville, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for joining me. As always, if you are joining me, hit that like. And if you hit like, please hit subscribe. Neither of which cost you a penny, both of which actions have been statistically proven to lengthen your lifespan. Allegedly. Anyway, here we are back on Bonnieville, and we're doing some stuff, and some things are happening. Shall we let them run? What speed should we do? It's a moderate speed, I guess. So we are still heading towards where is my towns? We want them by descending, and we want them by size. No, we want them by ascending size. So we're trying to get everybody to 1,000, and we now have 6 over 700, and we have 7 over 500, and we have only 3 that are under 500, which makes it a bit of a challenge. Tom Aloso is rocking along at 977. It's 1943. Probably the only thing of any significance that has happened. We will find. Where will we find it? I think we got rid of that one. That is that one, and that one. I think I got rid of all the old. Oh no, here they are. The old truck depots. So we got the bus in. So we got the twin coach 44S bus in, which is a 50 km/h diesel bus, which carries 14 passengers. This was doing 35 and carrying 9. It did have an emission of 74. This has got an emission of 73. So the emission will come down slightly, and we can run less of them. So hopefully that will mean that we tackle some of our emissions problems. The rest of the cargo trucks are still the rest of the cargo trucks, and the rest of the trains are still the rest of the trains. Not a lot in that space has changed. So I have been going through some of the lines. We'll have a look at, I think we need ascending, I want descending balance. Right, up near the top. Up near the top. Right, so up near the top. So we've got a lot of trains making us a lot of money, which is very, 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 very good. That's all fine. They're all shipping along. We've got some trucks, probably logs and crude, something primary like that. Yeah, we've got some fuel trucks. We've got some stuff, some coal, some wheat, some more fuel, some etc. 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 So I have been looking at Antiquera crude. Now, why are those trucks all those trucks when they could be something else? Antiquera crude. Are they? Is there something? No, not that. They are. Yeah. Well, what's that? Uh, this has happened before when I've changed things in the matrix. So they're going from the Antiquera Exchange to Antiquera East. Well, I'll tell you what they're only taking. They're only taking crude. They're only taking crude, and they're not bringing anything back. So I don't know why it does that. Possibly when you change the vehicles. So Antiquera Exchange, pick up crude, nothing else. Take it to East, drop off crude, nothing else. Let's not confuse everybody. And then what we can do is there's 29 of these. We'll change these all over to the fuel trucks. I appreciate there's already some in there that are fuel trucks, which is fine. Looks like almost everything needs probably a replacement anyway. So we'll go in there, go down to the bottom, we'll hit that. That solves that issue and stops me from having something random going on. What have we got here? We've got some other trucks, got some fuel trucks, got some stuff, some jizz jazz. Let's have a look at these Palencia Ubeda fuel station trucks. They look full, which is good. I mean, we like full. They are waiting here at Palencia Exchange, and they are, yeah, full. Well, they're going a long distance, so let's double that. Let's do that. Let's have that happen. And we'll carry on. He says there's a commuter bus here. Not quite full, so that's fine. That probably means We might be able to trim that down at some point, but let's wait. Early days, we'll let it bed in. Sometimes what happens is they start in one place and then they drive to the other without stopping at anything. Villa de Cannes West Rocks. I see we've got a mixture of vehicles in there. It probably doesn't matter. The Ubeda commuter. Yes, see they've been upgraded. Those have been upgraded. We've got these guys here. 15 out of 36. Coslada Tomaloso commuter. They're not in great condition, so let's flip those over to the bus. We probably don't need that many, but I haven't checked the line. The Palencia bus, 57, 72. So we've got 8. So that's, yeah, so 72. And we're only at 57, so we're only going to need like 5. So we can probably sell 3. So we'll swap those over for that. And then what we'll do is we'll go back to these 3 and we'll sell those, because that's probably the same amount of people. It's got 36 out of 70, so it's running pretty light. El Puerto Arrecife bus, they seem to be full. Who's waiting at El Puerto bus? Eight people. It's not a vast amount. I'm not gonna bust my chops too much about that. 29 out of 6, 54 out of 84, 55 out of 98. Okay, we might need to go have a look at this one. Arrecife Antequera. Let us flip those over for the bus. El Busse. Some more bus. El Puerto bus. Yep, they're still making us money. You could probably sell one. So we'll probably do that. Then we'll flog that one. It's a small place. Antequera Rivas commuter is borderline. So now we're onto the borderlines. So let's just leave that stuff for now. There's some that probably new. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff in here that's not making. There's some trains here that don't seem to be making me a lot of money. 12-minute frequency. That's probably why. That's too long. Carrying 291 of 456 possible passengers in total. There's 2 trains. Columnar Rivas Steel and Machines is not carrying me a vast amount. Villa de Cannes Ubeda Freight has been a pain in my perpetual. That said, I do know for a fact that I've just been through and replaced 3 trains, so that's why that has cost me a bunch of money. Arrecife Timber, I've just replaced the trains. Arrecife Goods and Fuel, I'm still working on balancing that one. I've just spent a bucket of money on that. Coslada Steel Supply. Yeah, it's a necessary evil, that one. It's a short distance. I think that'll get better. There's some competing issues with that one if we go to Arrecife. So we're in here, and we're now racking up some steel. So Coslada Steel Supply is now not the most important line, so they might suffer a little bit. And if they're not carrying as much, then that's fine. So he's got 55 waiting. Oh. And he's under the hill. And he's coming back already. So he needs to be... He probably needs to be a lot shorter. Because he was relatively long because the needs were. But... that need has changed. So this guy now probably definitely does not need to be that long. And so what we can do is we can cut him down from 324 to like 108. So we'll do that, and that'll save us a bit of money, because this over here is, remember, getting steel from other places. So he's chock-a with steel. So now that steel is wanted elsewhere, it's going elsewhere, but he needs timber. So balancing out that production. That's fine, because that is steel and goods. Like I said, I've just done something with that. Arrecife Goods and Fuel, just done something with that. This guy is now maxed out. So I managed to get him maxed out, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Let us see. We wanted condition. See if there's much in the bad condition front. There's a very bad Villa de Cannes, Arrecife Freight. Villa de Cannes, Arrecife Freight. Let's see if just changing the loco will change anything. Yes, it does. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it's the loco, sometimes it's not the loco. The carriages last longer, you see. Longer. So we don't have anybody waiting here. And let's have a look. Arrecife. 212 out of 245. 211, 210. Could do with more. Could do with more tools. Could do with more. Could do with more everything, Arrecife. You are a problem child. I try my best. You have grown, I see. My, how you have grown. 841. Who's waiting? A lot of people are waiting for things. This guy over here, he's still manufacturing. So the steel issue doesn't seem to be an issue, which is great. This guy here, he makes timber, doesn't he? Yeah. What do we have over here? He's bringing steel and goods, right, from Arrecife transfer, and bringing nothing back. Could they bring timber back? Because we just said we need some more timber over the other side. So timber, yes, he does. That is timber there. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We could take timber. We could take timber. Because we now have this guy. Where is he? This little chap. See this chap here? So this chap here, 108. So what if we said that we added in another 108? So what's that? 216, right? So we had in that to the Coslada steel supply from here. And then the Coslada steel supply becomes Coslada steel and timber supply. And when he gets Arrecife transfer, he also picks up timber. And we'll do it, let's call it 50-50 just to start with, because we have absolutely no idea what we're going to need and or get, right? So he's doing that. We then have the steel and goods people. So they are going from Arrecife hub, and I want them to pick up timber. That's currently all we're bringing back, right? So they'll bring timber back here to deposit off. So all we need now is we need to get timber from here down there, which means some more trucks. Let's have a look at these lines. How busy are these lines? I changed this so that there is 5 here and 4 there, because it seemed like a bit of an imbalance seeing as this is bigger. I mean, in terms of how busy various people are, they look roughly the same. This place looks roughly the same. So we should probably, there's going to be a fast amount of stuff moving between the two, right? I hope. We could squeaker another one in here. Let's turn it around. I probably could have done this slightly quicker without using R1. If we were to say we could maybe squeaker that in there, and then we could say we just want to increase the cargo a little bit. 5 ought to be enough. Right? And we break out our streets, the usual kind of stuff. That's not a one-way street, that's just a marker. And we then said, well, we could peel off here. I'm kind of conscious that creates a junction unnecessarily, perhaps unnecessarily. Can I make that straight? Right? And then we say, what we want to do is we want to take from there to there, and an Arrecife annex that can go either place, and they're going to be loading up with timber, and they're going to be going to that exchange where they're not going to be picking up. Yeah, they could pick up logs. They could pick up logs. Why not? Why not pick up logs? Aren't the logs being dropped off or something? I think there's logs coming in here somewhere along the line. If they're not, that's fine. Isn't this guy dropping off logs? Arrecife logs? Oh, he's going up there, actually. Well, do you know what? Rather than him going round that way, I could put a little street access point there, which is an annoying two-place junction, isn't it? Yeah, it kind of is. You're right. That's just going to cause a nightmare. Delete that. We'll put it there. Put it there, and then what we will do is we will take that and we'll put that there, and then these logs, what are going over here, we can say, you know what, they're going from Arrecife sidings, they're going to Arrecife branch. What are they doing? They're going from the sidings, they're taking wood, they're dropping it off. They're then going to Arrecife west, which is what? And they're doing what? And then they're going back to the sidings. This is broken. How many things am I finding that are broken today? Right. Well, that's not ideal. I do now see that there's timber there, and we need to get timber to somewhere. That's now fine. So I tell you what. Seeing as these guys are going from the siding, and they're already taking wood to the Arrecife branch, what we will do instead is we'll say to them, I want you to pick up timber, which you're doing, and then we can delete that, and delete that, and we can add in this, right? Now they're going there, and they're taking logs from there, and they're going over there, right? Now we have these logs, which are coming down here, picking up logs, taking timber, and going that way. That's fine. So we need more logs from here, and believe me, we have got space for logs. We've got a lot of interesting junctions happening down there. So before we get carried away with these junctions, let's clear some stuff out, because I think we need to delete that, and we need to delete that, and we need to delete that, and also that, right? I can then come in here and I can delete that, because that's nonsense, right? And we need a better solution for the traffic. There is a lot of traffic coming through here. Guess what it's going to be? I mean, I don't want to spoil the surprise, right? It's going to be a roundabout. I'm just saying, might be a roundabout. Right, so we're going to need to chop in a roundabout. That said, this guy, right, omnidirectional. Omnidirectional in and out. Omnidirectional in and out. That's too close to the roundabout. This might even be too close to the roundabout, but I think that will work. He says. Right, let's get our one-way street because we don't have roundabouts yet, not ones that we can place. So it might have to be a bit snug. So we're going to have to probably start here, close to this chappie. So we're going to just a little niggle. Now then, how much can we afford? We could afford a 75. 75 is probably good. We'll go 90. 75. No, that's a 95. Right, that's that. Do that. Do that. Check that. We're all good. Do that. Right. Standard road. I think what we're going to do is we are going to get rid of that and get rid of that. Now, the annoying thing is, and I know this and you know this, but there's actually very little we can do about it. The annoying thing is that because this is close to the city, the city's going to impinge on here. I think what we'll do is we'll just do a straight connector there. So the buildings are going to build around it, which is just going to look silly. But there's not a lot I can do. So we then need to, after we've done that, we need to set up the new line. So we're going to go from here, and we're going to go over here. That's it. And it's going to be pretty straightforward. We'll put it there, we'll put that there, and he's just going to pick up logs, and he's going to drop off. We could actually take timber to the place, couldn't we? He could pick up timber, and then he could go and drop off the timber. So he's picking up logs from the siding. He's going and dropping off. He's picking up timber, and then he could actually just go there and drop more timber off. Couldn't he? He could. He could very definitely do that. He could very definitely do that, and not be loading anything, which is fine. And that would be, well, it's Arrecife, logs and timber, isn't it? Trucks again. Trucks 2, perhaps. What was that other line? No. Where were we? Line. That was the one I've just made, which is doing the same job. So I could just delete it. Douche. So that means we've got logs to timber to here. Logs to timber to here and back again. Right? So we're getting somewhere with that. Then that means we have got the Coslada Steel Goods is picking up timber. In which case, I probably need to rename it Steel Goods Timber. Right? So he's bringing that back here. And then we have the train that's here. He's picking up timber and steel and bringing it back here to make more machines. Blimey, I tell ya, there's a fair amount of moving parts. But that's sorry, I'm just fix my headset's rubbing on my glasses, which is rubbing on my ears. That's the kind of quick sip of tea. It's not tea. That's kind of fine tuning that we're currently going through at the minute in terms of various bits and pieces. So he's racking up steel. That's great. He's fully loaded. He's now short of ore, is he? So these ore trucks, which are now let's put it on pause, are now too small. We'll add in 3 more each to start with. See how we go. What we want to do is want to keep up. Gotta keep up, up. Cause I need some ham. Right, so they'll go. He's gonna go. There's gonna bring. There's gonna keep this place. We've got plenty of coal. We need the ore to catch up. That's okay. The steel and the ore are competing for the same line, which is marginally annoying. In theory, I could bring the steel over, but I'd need to move the road. I mean, obviously moving the road's not a big chore. Nobody's getting in anybody's way yet. We can check that by going to the layers and going to the stations layer. So anywhere that's chocolate is pink, anywhere that's not chocolate is light blue. So this is light blue, so that's fine. So all of our major hubs, except this one, seem to be light blue, and that one's chocolate because it's overloaded with stuff again. You know, and the other ones are things that we believe that we already know about that are overloaded. So that's that. So that might help Arrecife and also help Coslada and also help these machines a little bit, because then we can get more timber produced down here and get more timber out of here. We got a whole load of bricks, got a whole load of food. I think we're probably okay. The bricks, S1 bricks, fuel, and I think these guys are doing food. Yeah, it's just time, you know. So 212, 13, 211, 79, 78 is fine. 67, 74 is fine. We're still eking up, so we're over 800 and we're still climbing. So we haven't like plateaued or anything, which would be my worry. My worry would be plateauing in some way, shape, or form, because that would be the kind of thing that would tell me that we've reached a significant trouble. In terms of Tomaloso, who is still, I believe, our runaway success, isn't he? Tomaloso, 961. Up and down, gosh, they were 977, they dropped again. Why did they drop? What happened? 237 goods. 188 bricks. We're just not getting enough bricks. Why are we not getting enough bricks? We need more bricks, sir. What's happening over here? What's happening over here? What's happening? Is somebody stuck? No, I mean we're busy. We knew this line was busy, so we've got some busyness happening. What have we got here? Columnar, Villa de Cans freight. No, there's not a lot waiting there. Columnar timber. Columnar timber. What is that for? Where is that going? Where is that going? Who is that? That is going Columnar Viejo transfer. So it's coming from here. You're not meant to be taking it back though, right? Did I look at something the wrong way around? I didn't. Columnar timber has wood sitting there. Yes, that's right. He takes wood back. Blimey, my brain. To here to convert that to timber, and we have a lot of timber waiting. That's going to hold us up. We have 2 trains down here. These 2 trains, a maximum of 264, and I think there, as long as I can get into Villa de Cans, I can make this one longer. Not a problem. This one is a problem. So this guy is pretty long. If I can focus on him. So he is probably slightly shorter than the one next to him. This one. This one here is... How long are you? 355. And I reckon we've got room enough for like another 3, 4, 5 of those. Yeah, so what's this guy carrying? This guy's total capacity didn't... 336. So I can carry 336. This guy's carrying 264. He can go longer. He can go longer. I reckon he can go 9 longer. 31. I reckon. Right, let's see this guy pull in. We'll find out when he pulls in. Obviously. But that would certainly help, because we need more timber. We need to start, I mean, you can see the place is chock with timber already, but we need more timber. And he's filing in, and he's got room to spare. Room to spare. Not a problem. We need timber because we need this guy to go up. We need more tools going out, which means we need to make more tools. And who's Chaka? Villa de Cans Coslada Freight 2 again is Chaka. So this one I can never get balanced. So it's like 60 now, 40 again. Oh, I just never seem to get it balanced out. I'm kind of inclined. Is there enough space to run a train down there? You know, is that the solution? I mean, this place is really busy. I don't really want to add another train to it because of how busy it is. But we're just not getting that solution correct. The other issue, not issue, is Villa de Cans Coslada Freight 2. How long is that train? There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. They're 312. 333 meters long. And we've just made this guy here. We've just made him 391 meters long, and he could easily go 400. So this thing here is also very long. So who's this pulling in? This is the very guilty culprit train. Bags of room, absolute bags of room. So these trains need to be longer. These trains need to be longer, and they need to be longer for timber. And we can just add that in. It's going to look a bit ugly because you end up with the stuff on the end. I'm going to say we can go 404 on all of them. So if we go 404 on all of them, that will definitely increase moving that stuff. And then that will help reduce that backlog, which is apparently causing problems. I mean, he's still got room. Look at that. He's still got bags of room. I don't know about the other end. I made this a long one. I did make this a long one. I don't know if we need more logs, trucks, to be fair. I mean, we're getting quite a lot of logs from over here. So we're not short of supply here. Supply isn't exactly an issue. It's getting the stuff out that's the issue. Therein lies the problem. I'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on that one. Keep an eye on that one, but we'll let it balance out. So Tomalosa, Tomalosa with bricks, wasn't it? So good. So we're not shifting enough goods. Why are we not shifting? There's trucks running out here. What's going on here? What's going on here then? Who's causing a fuss? What have we got here? Cause a lot of plastics and goods trucks. Where are you going? You're just going through there. Well, you're not actually goods trucks. You're just plastics truck. You could be goods trucks, but you're just plastics trucks. So that's fine. There's a huge amount of plastic. That's okay. This just needs to be different. This is just probably too small. And I don't know. Can we actually fit some more cargo on here without... Oh, I think we can. So that'll get that moving. Probably. Just need to put in an entrance. Oop, wrong one. Where are we going to put it? I'm kind of inclined to say we don't want it there. Kind of inclined to say we want it on the other side, don't we? And then we've got through flow through over here. Do that. Do it the classic way. Do it the classic way. And then, and then everyone's favorite roundabout. Don't want to do anything with that. Right, sorry, multitasking badly. Right, roundabout. That's a bit sunken, so we're going to need to give that some space, which doesn't matter because we've got space out here. So we need that. Doesn't have to be massive. I'd go back with a 65 if we can get the angle correct. (90°, 65, 90 degrees. Oh, twitch, 65. Right, excelente. So I think what we can do is we'll do that, somewhat spoiling our gestalt somewhat by having that happening, but there you go. This will come up there, and they can come in. If you actually connect it, they can come in actually there. Right? Looks crazy, but I know it works. It works. So what's this guy's problem? This guy's problem is he's not getting plastics. Is the plastics trucks stuck? So plastics trucks. Nobody's waiting on a completely full load, are they? At Coslada transfer, because that would be bad. And we don't want any of that. So that was just El Jame de traffic. Excuse me, sir. Oh, you nearly got deleted. You nearly got deleted. Right, we we made one of the things too long. They don't like that. They do not like that. They don't. They get really upset when you do that. Right, is everybody... Yeah, everybody's crammed in the wrong place. People need move to number 1. Let's put the plastics in number 1. Let's put... Kozlata good trucks. Does Kozlata want goods? It does, but only a very small amount, right? Let's put it in 1. So that's moving them over and out of the way. Let's free up this traffic jam. They want 2, they want 3. Right. I think that makes sense. Right, and now everybody's starting to move around and shift themselves and get their bums into gear and do everything else. We might even be able to expand this out now that we moved that road a little bit. I wonder if there's just enough to squeaker in another one. Yeah, there absolutely is. Look at that. It's starting to look a little bit wonky donkey over there by the railroad track, but we'll break out the old smoothie smooth and see how we're going. Right, there you go. There you go, mate. They generally go down the outside, don't they? Maybe not. Maybe not. But let's check on the old smooth. Right. Don't mess around. Who did that? Did you do that? I mean, heavens above. Look at that water. What is that doing there? What is it doing there? Doing there? Alright. Bloop. There we go. Done. Yeah, what I was going to say was that at Kozlata Transfer, let's give them options, because everybody likes options, don't they? That's what summer is all about, or something. So switch everything on at the transfer station, and then everybody is happy as the proverbial Larry. Right, so we need to get that shifted because it was causing trouble. So that was problem child. It looks busy up here. It does look busy, but we've got a lot of oil going in. What is the frequency of this line? 17 seconds. Well, that's not too bad. If the frequency is 7 seconds. 17 seconds. But it's not good enough. We're getting there, but we're falling behind. So now that we've cleared that jam, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, well, for a start, these need replaced. And 30. Let's add 5 more from wherever 5 more are going to be coming from. Over here, I think. Yeah, I saw them ping ping. So they'll head out, and then they'll bring some stuff down, which has been causing a bit of a bottleneck, which has been causing Arrecife a bit of trouble. Which has been causing Tomaloso a bit of trouble. Right, because he's dropped a little bit. 958 keeps dropping. No! Oh, 1,000 is just such a pain to get to. And we need more bricks. So, what is the frequency of the Tomaloso goods trucks? 28 seconds. 28 seconds. And I've been shifting more and more. So that's fine. I can't... There's no point adding more in until the lag has been dealt with. Because that is steel and goods trucks. It just boosted up a lot. And drop them back down. Okay, we need to let those things steady themselves and do what they're doing and everything else. Right, bricks. What's the issue with bricks over here? Is it not bricks? Right, this has been cleared. Tomaloso is just not getting enough bricks. Just not getting enough bricks. There's so many places want bricks. This place, I think, is probably Needs to get more somewhere. It wants to get bricks to other places. It wants to get... It's not getting... It realizes it's not shipping the need out to Tomaloso. And we don't have anywhere nearby that really effectively does bricks, so we can't even... The nearest place to do bricks is... There's 2 places up here, and it's miles away, and I haven't connected these both. Although I have been staring at this one with my beady eye and thinking, what am I going to do with you? Anyway, I don't know how we're going to get Mr. Tomaloso some more bricks, as you might say. You're not bringing in bricks. Tomaloso, Villa de Cans, Freight. See, they're running out of storage space. They're running out of storage space. We've got an awful lot of oil packing up again at Villa de Cans, Coslada, Freight. Sorry, this microphone. Coslada is such a pain, man. They want everything and they're doing nothing but causing trouble. They're taking oil and bricks. To Coslada. Does Coslada want bricks? It does, but only a very small amount of bricks. And they can't even get all the bricks that they want either. Villa de Cans. Coslada, you bricks. We're running out of space. Just running out of capacity. And I can't add in any more buildings to make this get any bigger. And to be honest, I mean, it would be peanuts. You know, it would be peanuts. You know, it's more trains, faster trains. Trains go faster, but I can't because there's like things like this. Where you've got so many trains running through. So it's then a question of expanding the network. Expanding the network. I don't want to do that now. I just don't want to. I don't want to. It's not my idea of fun. These commuters are busy. Jeepers, the Arrecife bus. But this is busy because there's not many places that this serves. But I'd have to run. And I mean, look, see, bus. A bus has just left. There's a bus. There's another bus. You know. There's another bus. This bus is also coming. I mean, we have a continual supply of buses. There's a couple of buses. There's 3 more buses here. There's a bus. There's a bus. I mean, the buses are pretty much very evenly spaced out across the whole of the actual place. And they're not all super full everywhere. So, you guys need to get out and walk or something. And I don't know. You just... It just seems to be so many of you. So many of you going places. Oh, hello. What's happened here? That's a problem, innit? That is a problem. I mean... That's a problem. That's a problem. Calling out for a roundabout solution. Oh, gosh, honestly. It's like living in Milton Keynes. Right, up you go. Right, roundabout. 75? Maybe we can go 70. Maybe if we can get to 70. Okay. Right. A 90, please. Ooh, it's close. I'm worried about how close we're going to be to that. Ooh, we're going to be close. Oh. Such a twitchy. There we go. Right. Okay. And there and there. And then some roads. So you can go there. That's fine. You can largely just be straight. If you would snap straight, you can be straight. Snap straight. You can't. You're going to be fun. I just think that like I said before, the one-way system seems like a good idea, but the pathfinding doesn't seem to work for whatever reason. It doesn't work. So what we're going to do is we are going to just connect that up with the regular old road. I didn't really want that. I sort of want something better. But there's not a lot of space. I'm kind of worried that if I do that, it's just going to not let me do it. Yeah, it's not going to let me do it. So it's going to look a bit hinky. Like that. Because it's got this weird thing happening. And I think what's going to happen is all these lines are going to then choose to go somewhere else. Might be wrong. There's a brown one. Ah, right, because he's going back the other way, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. We'll get rid of that one, because absolutely nobody's using it. And that will sort out that congestion issue. There isn't a congestion issue at that T-junction. This is only a problem because they're going that way. They're going that way, but that will sort itself out. And then hopefully we won't be causing any more trouble with Arrecife. But he's dropped off. Growing, but slowly. Dropped off a little bit because of that congestion-related problem. Let's have a look at Tomaluso. Says he's still growing. So I don't know. 958. He's not. He was higher than that. He was at 970 something. Right? He's dropped off. I mean, we're still... we've still only got 3. We've now got, we've still got 2 under 500. And some of these growth, the emissions is dropping again. It's just volume of goods we've got to shift through. Look at the size of the place. We got skyscrapers and everything. Well, tower blocks. Tower blocks. We don't have anything super dramatic just yet. But we've got some fairly sized... Oh, sorry, madam. We've got some sizable tower blocks. Not enough room on the balcony to swing a cat, mind you. Not that I'd advocate throwing cats from balconies. You understand? Billiards, dancing, rollers. 1944, neon signs. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Seems a bit before their time. Right. Where were we? Tomaluso. Bricks. Far out. This hub. I don't know. I feel like maybe I overdid this hub. And or I just need to keep making it bigger. Again, I'm getting into the network thing where it's like, that's fine, but I might need to make changes to the network. This now looks like I need to make this wider. Changes to the network. It looks like I need to make this wider. This looks like it's still over 1,000, which is mental. Anyway, that's shifting along. This one's fine. How much food's it got? Still over 1,000. There's just some stuff. It just seems to be no matter how many trains I run, it's just more and more and more and more stuff I can't seem to shift. Um, Although this is not a busy network, it is getting that way, and I have looked at this and felt that this one needs an extra platform itself, mainly because of this side. You see how it's queuing up on this side? So I think that we need a third network connection there. Uh, I think this one's like okay, bro. But look, we're just not shifting enough plastics, so we need to shift more plastics. The alternative that I've been doing if I run into trouble is I just throw some more trucks at it. But this place is already pretty chocker with trucks. I mean, I could put a depot over here, and I could put a bypass road through from this side. I could do the same as I did over there. Throw in a roundabout, put in a kind of a road, and the road that pulls over here, and then we could be delivering more plastics there. Whether I can get rocks over here or not, I don't know, or bricks, I'm just not sure. Ubeda was cranking out the food. Ubeda plenty of food trucks. Yeah. I reckon we can double those for sure, because that increases the out of plenty, and it's a long drive. It's a long drive. They're driving a long way, so that's fine. So they had their plummet, and they're picking up again. So we're heading out towards the end of the war, looking pretty good. They're pretty solid on most things actually out at Ubeda. Ubeda might quietly be a little sneaky runaway success if we keep an eye on it. Columnar Viejo. Where are you, Columnar Viejo? How many people are waiting at Columnar Viejo for that train? Not that many to Ubeda. 39. 39. How big's the train? It's not in great condition. Carries 76. It's not going to be enough by the time it gets to where it's going to get to. Do we need to replace it? It's a Hiawatha. And it was 4 red carriages, which carry 19. Travel at 180. So 76, 95. Don't know if 114 is going to be a necessity on this one. But you know what? Probably for the running cost, it probably isn't going to make a huge amount of difference. So we need to get that sorted. They're picking up. You might remember I hadn't got the fuel and the goods sorted. It says residents are dropping, but that doesn't show a graph with dropping residents. I mean, no offense. We've also added in fuel and goods, by the way. So I think that they are doing pretty fine. I don't know. I still don't know what this is for. Residential land use. Cargo. Don't know. Don't know what it's, I know what this is for, but I don't know what that's for. Anyway, yeah, they're doing okay. They're doing okay. Coslada was doing okay. No, he was struggling with bricks, wasn't he? And tools. Goods is fine. Feels sketchy. What are these guys like now? Picked up. A little bit more plastic. Not an awful lot, I'd have to say. We need to do our checks, by the way, because it's been a while. We've been far arsing around. Reeves Villa de Cannes bus, but probably about time we replaced it. And Villa de Cannes West Rocks. Yeah, okay, fair enough. There's a bunch. I have been trying to stay ahead of it this time. It's so hard to do when you don't pause it. It's just you just have to pause it. Yeah, I've been trying to stay ahead of it so that I don't get to the stage where I have to do like 100 at a time. But I've been doing more than I have needed up until recently. But I am aware that I've been chinwagging to you people and fixing some issues. Issue a reward. Um, Ah, gosh, if I'd really hope, I've said this a million times, that we could get some kind of a better vehicle filtering system. I don't know if they have to go through this on PC. If they do, oh my god. Because, like, it's such a nightmare of a thing to have to do. I get that you need to do it. It's part of the game, but making it part of the game and making it painful is two different things. So like I don't need it to be painful, right? Could we unpainfulize it so that we recognize that we need to filter out trucks that are all the same type in very bad condition so that we can replace them? Because otherwise we have to do this, which like it takes up an extortionate amount of time, an extortionate inordinate amount of time, and it doesn't just it's not helping. You just aren't helping, bro. So there. Right. Gosh, there is a lot. I was hoping this is what happens. I felt like I was ahead of the I don't need to feel that I was ahead of it. And then I spent a little bit of time delving into train stations and train management and towns. Gosh. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be easier when I get the bigger vehicles. Probably not, I would say, because the issue is that I'm going to need bigger vehicles because the demand's going to be higher. Wow, that's like 78 fuel trucks. There's more! Goodness, heavens above. Yeah, gosh, I wish there was a way they could. I'm trying to think how you would you do that? That you would like make it easier. So there's like 200. 200, and I'm not over all the very bads yet. So anyway, there you go. Right, I'm gonna have to call it there for this one. I have done a little bit. I have done some things. It is just over an hour. I do have a few things to do. My headphones are hurting my head, and I need to get some other stuff done. But there you are. We have done. I have done a bit of I have done a bit of Bonneville offline, and I've now done a bit live, and I probably need to do a bit more offline when I feel up to it. Like I said, there is definitely some networks that have bottlenecks that need to be ironed out. Some of the things that we have been working on are possibly paying fruit. This was higher at one point. It seems to have dropped off again. Um, it seems to be getting enough coal and stuff. Um, yeah, we've got a truck waiting. Why are you waiting? This is another one of those. I bet this guy is set to wait. No, he's not set to wait. Why are you waiting? Why is this a problem? Why is everybody? Oh, because I didn't go through and set all this out properly. I dropped it in, and then I never bothered setting it out. So you need to set it out, you great big turkey. So then you need to go to, this is upper columnar, and you need to switch everything on to get your flows right. Otherwise, they never do it naturally by themselves. That one's set. I say it's set. I haven't actually checked it. That one's off. That one, is that one set? Upper columnar, nope. Right, and tools truck. Is that set? No, no, no. Right. Okay, so they're hopefully gonna get their A into G and do some moving. Yeah, there they are. So that the intention of that was to try and free it up, because remember it was over here I want to make it bigger. Need to free it up. Need to connect it to some things. Chuck it around about. Make it work a little bit better because we've got these new trucks coming through and everything. So there are network changes. I need to figure out why I cannot, for the life of me, shift enough food from here. I mean, we are trying our damnedest to shift as much food as we can. This is a food. Why is it only carrying 192, not 336? Because it's set. 50% of it is set aside for rocks. So there's some rock balancing needs to happen over there. Again, it's a problem child. They are fine. I'm going to hold that up a little bit. I'm probably going to have to elevate this much sooner than I thought from the looks of it. I need to widen that out. I would like to see that work, but trying to get this to work a little bit better. Yeah, gosh, it's the fine tuning that's holding me back. The fine tuning that's holding me back. I got stuff to do. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Those of you that have joined me, if you're watching this after it has been published, thank you very much for taking the time to watch it. Do flick in a like, do subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. I'll see you all soon. Ta-ta.